praying that I don't get sick, because somebody gonna think it's COVID. But before I go in the house and post these videos, I really need to give a preface. I don't want to say to explain why I was emotional, because there's really no explanation needed, nor one that I can really give, because that shit caught me off guard, to be honest. But the preface. So in 2011, I bought my first home in Florida and was really settling into life, accepting the greatness that God had for me, and that being the introduction. Now, if this video cut off, my battery is going low, so it could, but it shouldn't. But so it took me like a long time to really embrace living in my 4,000 square foot home, or 4,500 square foot home. And it was like hard not to accept, but I had been going through so much for so long. It was like, damn, this really mine, huh? At that time, I started praying for more clarity on my purpose and what I wanted to do with my life, as I was seeking God to learn more about religion. And I think I had just finished my degree, so I had just learned servant leadership. I had just finished learning all the psychology classes that I was learning or whatever. So when I started praying, that's the real reason. Like, as I prayed, more stuff got revealed, and then God made it possible for me to leave guilt-free, basically. So after all the shit hit the fan, and I decided that I was going to get a divorce, after that, that's when I moved. Like, it happened quick. It was like boom, boom, boom. It was like one day I prayed, the next day I was feeling sad, the next day I got a fucking call, and the things that I was being told, I could confirm with receipts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was looking at phone records. I made it make sense what the person was telling me, in addition to what I had already witnessed. So it was like, you had did something, I didn't say nothing, I was cool, I looked beyond it. But then it happened again with more verifiable, because the first time it was like I seen something and it was like, damn, that's how you really feel? All right, cool. And then it was like duly noted. That was when the thought went to the back of my mind. So then after that, like a month or two later, like once everything is settled down, life is good, surplus income. Then it was like, you get too comfortable, you get comfortable. You know what you can do, you know what a person gonna allow. So, you can be yourself now. Upon being self, it was like the more truth came out, and it was like, okay, well, now that I see what it really is, based on the circumstances that had already led up to even considering it, I was like, all right, boom, I'm out. And I gave the choice, 20 days, 70 days, either way, I'm out, based on what I've learned. And so when I moved, left there, sold our house right before that, or right after that, we got deal for this house gone. So about time I filed for divorce, we didn't have the other home, we had already sold it, and we had not yet closed on where I live at now, or the house that we was gonna get before I moved to where I live at now. So I was like, okay, well, good. We just closed on the house, we about to move, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens now, it just happened. So I filed for the divorce. And in that meeting, there were some things that were said, like, that seemed like my life may be threatened, or like some harm may come my way. It was just kind of crazy, the verbiage that was used in the room, like in front of me and my lawyer. So from there, I was like, I don't think you can go with me to my mama house in Kansas. I don't feel safe because of the shit that you just said. I just think I'm going to be out. And that's literally what happened. And in the midst of that, and this is all relevant because in the midst of that, before I got married, I was like I had wrote my book. I was getting speaking engagements. This is when I was going to South DeKalb. And then when I got engaged, I kind of stopped. Like, what I was doing was questioning, like, how you going to be helping people if you getting help? I learned later that everybody that's helpers has help. So from there, I was like, here goes some money. Give me my cards, give me my shit, I'm out this bitch. And I went to Kansas. So when I went to Kansas, it was just me and the children. I stopped at somebody's house before I went on to where I was going, to my mother's house where she was living with her boyfriend or whatever. So within that though, while I was there, like, I felt lost. I felt, you know what I'm saying, like I didn't know what to do next. Like everything that I had planned up until that moment had just collapsed, basically. I've always been a planner. So when I got married, it was like, okay, if I can see into the future, then what do I see for myself? If I can perceive things that are yet to happen, if I can have dreams and shit actually come true, then what do I see for myself? And I wrote it down, and you know what I'm saying, like I had made plans. Like one of the books that I made plans in had to have gotten destroyed when I gave the suitcase away that he had his stuff in, because I've never been able to, I mean, I had all type of events I wanted to do back in Ohio. Like I had all type of shit, business names. I'm a planner. I strategize and I plan because I'm an overthinker. Like I overthink shit a lot. So in me overthinking, what I've decided to do was overthink about some shit that would be productive or that would be helpful, you know what I'm saying? So when I started learning about psychology and all of that, I had always felt like my life was supposed to be ministry, like I was supposed to help people for a living. Me saying that, I started to say, man, if God would take care of me, I'll do whatever he wants me to do for free. To the point to where while I was in Kansas specifically, I would take meditative baths with candles, and I would like sit in there. Sometimes I would have music playing, or I would, you know what I'm saying, just be in my zone, and I would be meditating and I would be praying like, God, whatever you want me to do, I will do as unto you. And if you take care of me, if you allow me to live and enjoy life, then I will do whatever you want me to do free. So when you hear me crying, it's almost symbolic of me saying, take this cup from me. Not my will, but your will be done. But this is the way it makes me feel as I'm doing what I told God that I would do. And so me keeping my end of the bargain, I don't feel no type of way when I'm doing it. It's more so after the fact, after the ideals have been had, after everything has rolled out, and after I have inspired whatever it is that's coming. Then I'm like, I'm hyped in that moment. I love to see it. I know the process. I know how it works. But then it's like, okay, well, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, but what? Like, being an influencer is not enough for me, evidently. Like, because I feel like I'm talking to y'all, but this is me having a conversation with God as well, because literally, I don't feel like I see where God has rewarded me for all the things that he wanted me to do. And maybe this is, I had to do so many years of being without, or so many years of a famine, in order to see the benevolence and the greatness of what God has. You know, like I could be tracking like a VCR, and I just don't know it because God ain't told me or showed me that portion of it just yet. But in order for you to understand why I wept or why I was weeping, you would have to understand that I prayed to have God to use me in a way freely so that he could get the glory for anything that's been done. So, you know, like I told God, and I tell God, this is why I put it online, is because my prayer in my prayer time, that was the thing. God, I will lay down my life. I will do whatever it is that you want me to do. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care who judge it. I don't care how it make me feel. Whatever I need to do for God, I'm willing to do. No questions asked, for real. You know, I might ask how, or, you know, because I know that I'll see the why in the end. I'll understand it all when I get to what God showed me. But until I get to what God showed me, it's in the in-between stages that is kind of frustrating. Or like, it's like, damn, is this it? Like, where is the, you know, shebang? I'm waiting, you know, like. But I literally prayed to do everything freely for God, for God's people, if he would use me greatly. So when you see me doing these things, this is doing what I prayed for. And then I have to allow God to redirect or to send forth whatever he's going to bless me with, however that blessing comes. I don't limit God on what I believe could be a blessing, or how I could believe, or what could be used. So when things happen, especially when they've been predicted, predetermined, or foresaw, or whatever y'all people call that shit. When things happen like that, then I can't know it's fulfilled until the fulfillment. So whatever God used me for, I'm here for it. Even if I don't understand at the moment, even if it's like, you know what I'm saying, what the hell is God on right now? Because at that moment, I don't get it yet. I ain't got it yet because I'm seeing the end before the beginning. And in order to see that ending before the beginning, you got to walk through a whole lot to get to that ending. So I'm walking and I know that I'm on this path that I requested. Like, I the one told God that I would lay down my life completely if God would feed into me and make sure that I'm taken care of and I can enjoy life. Like, my prayer was to be able to do whatever it is that God wants me to do, as long as I can enjoy life and be completely taken care of while I am completing the mission and the purpose that God has placed on my life. If I can't do it like that, then I'm all out, because like, I don't want to be stressed about money, doing all this other shit if God is supposed to have me. So if you got me, then get me. And that's how I feel, like, literally. So when you see me weeping, it's not really sadness. It is not my will, but your will be done. I told you I would, so I'm doing what I said that I would do. This is my relationship with God. If I tell God that I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it willingly. Enjoying what I do. I enjoy what I do. I just don't see what I've sown being reaped for me as of yet. But I'm still expecting, still hoping, although it tarries. Speaking Freedom presents Good Head Group, providing advanced spiritual studies and personal developmental insight. Brought to you by Love Gang and Speaking Freedom. We look forward to helping you grow in all the areas of your life. We hope that you find all the information needed for your growth. God bless. Please listen to all disclaimers provided. If you are currently under physician's care, please maintain that relationship. This is not intended to stop your current treatment plan. If you need physician care, please seek out medical attention. Please note, all results are based on the individual's ability to adapt and adjust to any given environment and situation. We are not responsible for your results at Speaking Freedom. The life enhancement coaches at Speaking Freedom provide information to help you grow. You are responsible for maintaining that growth, taking on and then applying the information to your individual life as you deem needed and necessary. This may contain and explain explicit content. Please use parental discretion. For best results, you will need an open mind, the ability to research, and a balanced lifestyle.
Please join us daily for your inspiration and motivation.
We have the entire world to offer you at your fingertips. Your life enhancement coaching specialist. Thank you for choosing us to assist you in accomplishing your personal and professional goals. And have a beautiful day. In love, we trust. This is brought to you by Good Head Group, Love Gang, and Speaking Freedom. We thank God for you, and we love you.
Hi, I'm Kaci. Dr. Kaci to be exact, owner of Speaking Freedom LLC, Love Gang, and Good Head Group LLC. I am also a certified life coach and host of Speaking Freedom Radio and TV. Although I have recently became an ordained minister, please be aware that I am still me, raw and uncut the way God made me and allowed life to shape me. I pray and expect God to use me for people who can receive the way I communicate, as well as my delivery. I am not for those who are already saved, religious, or super deep. I am for the leaders, hustlers, and street influencers around the world, including pimps, killers, drug dealers, and working girls. I am sharing my experiences and perspective to help someone be inspired to be better, and for those who can identify with the various aspects of my mindset. My mindset alone does not determine the status of any active connections or current relationships that have not already been specifically addressed. Additionally, these recordings should not be taken personally if I have not already spoken to you about the topic or expressed that I have an issue. These recordings are a part of my life's work to document my experience, perspective, and to see how life has shaped me. My plan in using my stories publicly and socially is to encourage growth in those who can identify with the experiences and find inspiration in my life to heal and overcome the path that they've been set on, no matter what they face, as according to the purpose of their soul, until healing takes place. Despite the experiences that I may have had with any person, sometimes known and unknown, I hold no grudges, no hate, no bitterness, or any other ill feelings against anyone. I pray that your life is whole and very fruitful. I forgive you as I hope that you forgive me if I have wronged you or anyone that you know or anyone who listens to me. I pray that you have peace and extend the same grace to others. I have love for everyone, especially on a human level, despite flaws or experiences. But that doesn't mean that I will associate or be close to every human that I know or meet. I've experienced a very eventful life and truly believe that my mindset and story based on experiences could help those who identify with how I think and are looking for inspiration to grow further, go beyond hurt, and be great. I pray that these recordings bless you and your soul in every way, in whatever way God has intended. Sending love and light to all. Thanks for listening. Achieve your dreams.